Hey everyone, welcome to my personal diary for May 2025. Some quick stats before we jump in. This month I worked on average 11 hours I had an average of 11 hours of focused work every day. I also finished 8 courses in 1 month. A course is supposed to be like 168 hours of focused work. The courses were advanced programming, data structures and algorithms, cognitive neuroscience, deep learning, machine learning, computational linguistics, autonomous systems, and last but not least, ethics of AI. My favorite one. No, ethics was good. I enjoyed advanced programming and the others a bit more, but yeah. Also, I have a new personal best of a week in which I worked 84 hours, which is 12 hours a day on average. And I have a personal best that I managed to get a day where I worked 14 hours. So really hard work to finish my exams. First, before we really jump in, hi, my name is Elias, and my goal is to make aging and death completely optional. For that, I'm now trying to build a world-class understanding of biology and AI/machine learning. And I decided to make those little diaries every month first of all, mainly for my friends, that I have something to share for them, to show what's going on in my life, what I'm doing, and also a bit for myself, to have something to look back to look back on, in a year, to be like, oh, what was I doing in that time, and also to keep myself accountable, to share some quick stats in the beginning, so I'm I'm keeping myself accountable that I am actually pursuing this journey, that I'm actually making progress, that I'm actually working hard on this goal of trying to make death optional, and right now building this world-class understanding of AI and machine learning, which I think I made really good progress this month. So let's start. This is a screenshot from my time tracking app for everybody that's watching that. If you're just listening to this on Spotify, it's also fine. I'm just going to explain what you see. The first 5 days of this month, as you see, there's a lot of this yellowish. This yellowish is my color for working on something related to distribution. And in this time, I worked on my longevity news. And that's a new experiment that I'm doing, that I already did it twice now, that I publish a podcast which is 1.5 hours long, and in that I summarize a bunch of recently published papers in the longevity field. So I think the first one I did 5 papers, and the second one I did 3, and so I really deeply read those papers, and then I try to just have a chill conversational podcast where I just explain what those papers are about. It's kind of a bit geared for scientists, but of course I have to get better to make it really high quality. So it's actually something extremely valuable. But I think I made quite a good job. I put a lot of effort in, and I'm proud of what I did, which was kind of my goal was build something that I'm proud of, that I'm willing to share, and I managed to do that. Even if it's not perfect, I know that it's going to get better and better the more I learn about longevity, and it was a super cool experiment to read all those papers and to learn all of that. Also this turquoise color, this is me reading papers about longevity. And then after that, you can see the rest of my month is completely green, which means this is all work time on my bachelor in cognitive science and artificial intelligence. So everything green is just me working on the courses for the bachelor, and the red is me doing flashcards. So it's my color for Anki flashcards. I figured out something really cool, that I can do zone 2 while I do flashcards. So I'm on the stair stepper, sweating like crazy, going up the stairs for 1 or 2 hours while studying for cognitive neuroscience and learning which brain part does. That's why there's so much. Oh, it's not so much, but I had some days where I did 1 or 2 hours of zone 2 and flashcards. yeah, actually that's mainly my month. Like there's nothing super interesting that happened except that I studied for crazy amounts of time, crazy hours, as you can see here, 11 hours and 3 minutes every day. And I learned super interesting things. Like I had amazing courses. The courses were super interesting, and not all of them, but some of them were like really good. Here's actually a list of the courses and how much time I spent on them. I made the graphic because I have the CSVs, and I learned in advanced programming. I learned about pandas, and in machine learning, I learned about how to make plots and with Matplotlib. So I used that to make this plot of how much time I spend on every course. And yeah, you can, yeah, if you want, you can look at it. I find it really interesting because, like, as you can see, for example, machine learning, I took me like by far the most time of all the courses, but that's because they had two super cool assignments where we had to analyze data sets. So in the first one, they gave us a data set about turtles, where we have to predict turtle age from some features, and in the second one, they gave us user data of social media users, and we had to detect who's a bot and who is not a bot. And I learned so much that I just I spent a lot of time on those assignments, but it was super interesting, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I think on the bot one, I spent 2 or 3 days just on cleaning the data and studying the data and playing around with it. And in the end, when I applied logistic regression, I already had like, I think 98% accuracy, because the data was so clean that this was apparently enough. I don't know if the data set was just super easy or if the cleaning actually made that possible. I think the cleaning made it possible, because they wouldn't give us a data set where you can just apply logistic regression and have 98% accuracy. Yeah. All the other courses also, like deep learning, I really enjoyed that course. Was super interesting. And yeah, I think deep learning, machine learning were my favorite ones. Advanced programming was also good. Data structures and algorithms. I really like this course, but it was a very simple course. Like, it's more a beginning of programming, and because I already did more programming courses and more programming by myself, it was really not so hard. I think I spent a total of 16 hours on this course, and this course is, you should, officially, it should take around 168 hours. So yeah, quite a bit faster. Yeah, that was my month. Like, nothing really crazy, interesting happened. I just sat on my ass every day and studied for, on average, 11 hours and had a blast. I had a really good time. I enjoyed this exam season. It was really good. I already have some of my grades back. I have, in DSA, I have 10 points, I think. In cognitive neuroscience, I have 9.5 out of 10. 10 is the highest you can get. In like DSA, this is the highest grade of the cohort. Like, of course, I think there are also others that have 10 points. In autonomous system, I also have the highest grade of the cohort. I have 9.4, I think. And in deep learning, I also have the highest grade of the cohort, but I think there are also others that have the same grade as I have. So it's 9 points I have there out of 10. So I have, amazing exam season, very fun, and very good results, actually. That's first what I'm planning to do now. Next, I want to first do another longevity news. I already talked about that. Then I'm going to do more coding. I'm going to do a course by Andrew Ng, Stanford, his deep learning course. I already did his machine learning course. It was super good. And even if I liked our deep learning course from my university, just have a bit more math. I know, like Andrew, he goes more into the math. I really like it. So I'm going to do more coding. I'm going to do more biology. I'm going to keep reading my big-ass biology textbook and try to build a really strong fundamental understanding of biology. Will take a while. I won't manage this month, but I will manage to make some progress this month. And then I want to see if I can do maybe some little projects now that I feel like yeah, my confidence is growing with what I can do with machine learning, and maybe if I find a cool problem where I can can use some of that knowledge, I will see and make a little project out of that. Yeah. Before we end this, there's one cool thing that happened. Because I did so much Zone 2 and flashcards, or I don't know if it was because of that or because of other things, but my resting heart rate dropped down to 38 beats per minute from around February it was 53, and now it's 30. Yeah, I had 37 in between. Like, this is crazy. I think it was also because I stopped doing weightlifting because I had a surgery and they told me like I'm not allowed to lift anything. So I only did Zone 2, and yeah, my HRV doubled. My resting heart rate went down by like 5 points. Like the first drop was when I stopped doing 1 meal a day. So 1 meal a day, stopped, dropped for 5 points, then stopped working out and just doing Zone 2, and it dropped for another like 7 or something. And HRV, the same thing happened. Like here it grew after I stopped eating once a day, and then like this one, which is crazy, like it nearly doubled again when I did so much Zone 2. And now it's dropping. It dropped a bit again because I didn't sleep that well in the last 2 nights, but I think that's gonna recover well, and I'm gonna do more Zone 2 now. Yeah, I'm extremely happy with this month. I'm gonna work hard now on my goals for the next month, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.